with ex-offender. The reason why I say that, the language is much softer, and a lot of times it opens up dialogue between you and that potential employer, or with your family member, or with whoever you're talking to, because they're not familiar with that term. Some people think you're saying sex offender. No, I'm saying ex-offender. Okay? Ex, which means, yeah, okay? No, I'm not saying sex offender. That's a specific offense. I'm talking about ex-offender, which means that whatever you did to become an offender, to get a conviction, you're no longer doing that. Remember we said we put X in front of any number, what happens to the number? It disappears? All right. So ex-offender means I'm no longer doing that. I used to, but not now. Okay? So let's talk about that. So give me something specific, Mr. Babbitt, you want me to respond. I'm going to respond to it, but give me something specific that I can help you with.
I guess in my particular situation, I have 2 counts of battery. That immediately offsets people because then they see me, well, this guy's violent.
Okay, great point. So let me say this. This is how I would answer a battery question. Let's say that a person is interviewing me and they say, Mr. Jordan, I see on your application you've checked yes, you've been convicted of a misdemeanor felony. I will say, well, Mr. Babbitt, yes, I have, and I'm glad you asked me that question because I want you to feel comfortable in hiring me. When I was younger, I could use that choice. I could use a choice. I don't know if you were under the influence of alcohol and drugs, but you could say when I was younger, while I was under the influence of alcohol and drugs, I was involved in a crime, and as a result, someone was hurt. But I want you to know I no longer use alcohol and drugs. I no longer commit violent crimes or crimes. I've taken a victim impact class since my conviction to make me understand the impact and how I affected the victim. I currently mentor young men so they don't go down that same path and commit the crimes I committed. And I'm a hard-working, honest, tax-paying citizen. All I need is a second chance. That's one way you can do it. But also, people understand things like domestic violence, marijuana possession, DUIs. That happens. People live away from those sometimes hardcore violent crimes, sex offenses, murders. So you might have to use a lot more softer language. But with a battery charge, I mean, I don't know how it happened. You could have said, give me 1 second, I'm gonna ask you a question. You could say, you might have been in a bar. I was in a bar, in a social event, had too much to drink. I got into a confrontation with someone. As a result, they were hurt. They see the charge. You just are taking responsibility, you're showing remorse, and you're showing rehabilitation. Remember the 3 R's? So you guys write this on, please, everyone write this on that handout I gave you in some little side portion. So when you're developing your own personal commercial, you use the 3 R's. Remorse, Mr. Andrews, remorse, responsibility, and rehabilitation. I want you to write those down because each one of you guys, when we come back from break, you're going to sit down and develop your own personal commercial in this aspect, talking about your conviction in a non-threatening way in your own words. Because I can give you how I explain it all day long, but until you can say it in your own words and make it authentic and sound unscripted, the employer won't get it, okay? That makes sense? Any questions? Great question, though. Did I can't answer it for you? Do I need to answer it a little more in detail?
No, that you hit on it.
Okay. Because I can give you other options. Yes, ma'am.
I want to kind of, okay.
No, I'm sorry. Mr. Kimmel raised his hand. Let me get Mr. Kimmel. Mr. Kimmel, you had a question and I was talking to Mr. Babbitt. What was your question?
I got discombobulated.
Okay.
Oh, he was saying something about offenses or whatever. Like, I had an assault.
That's the same thing here.
Yeah.
Assault, battery, same thing. Assault just a little more serious. Battery means that, assault means that you might use a weapon or you had more intentions. Battery is like a fight, confrontation. Yeah. So
I thought mine was the fighting him.
no, assault means that usually in a battery, it's not as serious as an assault.
Yeah.
Usually, now, I'm not an attorney, but from my years of being involved in the criminal justice system, a battery is a lesser charge than assault. Would you say that? Would you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay? So assault just sometimes shows intent. Sometimes it can say with a deadly weapon, things like that. Okay? But still, the same verbiage I use with him, you can use that verbiage. You know? You can say,